You ever wonder why a warehouse fire investigation looks more like a detective show than a science class? Turns out the clues left behind after flammable materials go wrong can tell a story sharper than any courtroom drama on television. Fire marshals dig through the wreckage looking for something called the point of origin. If that spot lines up with a shelf full of paint cans stacked next to a space heater, that is not bad luck. That is a plot twist waiting to be exposed. Storage logs are basically the diary nobody thought anyone would read. When a company skips logging how many gallons of solvent sat next to an exit door, that missing paperwork speaks louder than words. Material safety data sheets matter too, and they are less boring than they sound. These sheets tell you the exact temperature something ignites at, so if a business ignored those numbers, they basically ignored the instruction manual for not blowing up their own building. Surveillance footage is the silent witness that never lies, unless somebody conveniently deletes it. If cameras near the storage area mysteriously stop recording right before an incident, that raises more eyebrows than a magician pulling a rabbit from an empty hat. You also want to look at ventilation systems, because fumes need somewhere to go besides your lungs. A room with locked windows and a broken fan is basically a science fair volcano that nobody remembered to turn off. Training records show whether employees actually knew what they were dealing with. If workers were tossing oily rags into a metal bin without lids, that is not carelessness. That is a company treating safety training like a suggestion box nobody checks. Inspection reports from local fire departments are basically report cards for buildings. A stack of failed inspections that nobody fixed is the corporate version of ignoring 6 warning lights on your car dashboard. Expert witnesses come in to translate all this chaos into plain language for a jury. They can explain why keeping propane tanks 30 feet from an ignition source is not optional. It is chemistry doing exactly what chemistry always does. Photographs taken right after the incident freeze time before anyone has a chance to rearrange the story. Lawyers love these because memories fade, but a photo of a rusted drum sitting 3 feet from a furnace does not lie. Purchase orders can reveal quantity problems too. If a facility ordered enough flammable liquid to fill a swimming pool but only had storage built for a bathtub, that mismatch becomes a very expensive plot hole. Employee interviews often crack the case wide open because people talk when nobody is watching. Someone mentioning offhand that the fire extinguisher had been empty for months turns a small comment into a courtroom bombshell. Building codes exist for a reason, and violating them is basically ignoring the cheat codes for staying alive. If a structure skipped fireproof walls or proper spacing requirements, that violation becomes part of the evidence trail almost immediately. Insurance investigators sometimes beat lawyers to the scene, and their early reports can be gold. Comparing their findings to what a company claims after the fact can expose contradictions faster than a reality show reunion special. At the end of the day, negligence cases about flammable materials come down to patterns, paperwork, and people telling the truth or getting caught not telling it. If you want to learn more about how our team handles cases like this, check out the links in the description below.